I'm Mrs Mitchell's group. This is your second maths lesson this week, and today we will be looking at fractions of a set of objects. Tommy gives 2/3 of the gummy bears to Eva. How many gummy bears does Eva get? What did we do yesterday to make it easier for ourselves? That's right, we've got to put them into rows, into groups. How many groups should we put them in if we've got to find 2/3? We've got to have a look at the denominator, the bottom number in the fraction. So we've got to put them into 3 groups, and we want 2 of those 3 groups. So on your paper, can you share 15 gummy bears, 15 circles, into 3 equal groups and see how many you get in each group? Pause the video while you do this. So what you should have is something like this, where you've got 3 groups. This is one of my groups. This is 2 of my groups. And this is 3 of my groups. So how many counters are in one of your groups? It should be 5. So 1 out of the 3 groups has 5 counters in it. So if you wanted to know what 2/3 of 15 was, that's 2 out of 3 groups. How many counters would you have? So it's another group. So we've got 2 groups altogether, and the answer is 10. That's right. If I had 3/3, 3 out of 3, that means all of them. So it would be how many? It would be 15, wouldn't it? Look at this one. Tommy gives 3/5 of the gummy bears to Ron. How many gummy bears does Ron get? So again, we have got 15 teddy bears. How many equal groups do you need to split those gummy bears into? It needs to be 5 equal groups because we need to find 3 out of 5 groups in the end. So what I'd like you to do is, on your paper, share 15 teddy bears or 15 counters into 5 equal groups. And let me know if you can find 3/5 of those groups. 3 out of 5 groups. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, so I would split them into 5 groups. This is 1 group, this is 2 groups, this is 3 groups, this is 4 groups, and this is 5 groups. So 1/5 is 3, 2/5 is 2 equal groups, that's 6, 3/5 is 3 equal groups, and that's 9. What would 4/5 be? What's 4/5 of 15? That would be 12, wouldn't it? And what's 5/5 of 15? It's all of them, it's 15. Let's have a look as a bar model this time. We need to find 3/4 of 20. So we've got a bar model and it's been split into 4 equal parts. Why has it been split into 4 equal parts? It's because we've got to find in the end 3 out of 4 equal parts. The denominator is the number of sections that you split it into. So 4 equal sections, and we've got to divide 20 by those 4 equal sections. Can you divide 20 by 4? I'd like you to share 20 counters into 4 equal sections. Pause the video and do this now. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've got 5 in each section. What I could also do to divide 20 by 4 is to count in 4s to see how many 4s are in 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. There's 5 4s in 20, which means that's 5, that's 5, that's 5, and that's 5. The question is asking, what is 3/4 of 20? 3 out of 4 parts. Write down your answer. So this is 1 out of 4. This is 2 out of 4. This here is 3 out of 4. So 3/4 of 20 is 5 add 5 add 5. 15. What is 3/5 of 20? And what is 3/10 of 20? Pause the video while you have a go. So if I was finding 3/5, first of all I'd have to find 1/5. So I'm going to split my 20 into 5 equal sections. I could count in 5s until I get to 20, or I could share 20 dots across 5 parts. If I counted in 5s, I would say 5, 10, 15, 20. There's 4 5s in 20. So that's 4, that's 4, that's 4, that's 4, and that's 4, because they've all got to be equal. So 1/5 is 4, 2/5 are 8, 3/5 of 20 is 12. And then if I had to find 3/10 of 20, I would have my bar model and split that bar into 10 equal sections. I could share the dots across each until I've shared out 20, or say how many 10s are in 20? It's 20 divided by 10. And the answer is 2. So each part is worth 2. And altogether they'd make 20. So 3/10 of 20 is 3 out of 10 parts. There's 10 parts here. What's 3/10? It's 2 add 2 add 2. So it's 6. Well done if you got those right. Let's look at this question. There are 48 children in a year group. 3/4 of them are boys. So how many boys are there? Pause the video while you try and work this out. So I could use it with counters again. And I just split my bar into 4 equal sections because I need in the end 3 out of 4 parts. So I need to have 4 parts. If I shared them out, I would have a 10 in there, a 10 in there, a 10 in there, and a 10 in there, a 1, 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 and a 1. So I'm going to have 10, a 1, and a 1 in each, which is 12. So each part is worth 12. Altogether they'll make 48. You can also see how many 4s are in 48. 48 divided by 4, and it's 12. So 1/4 of 48 is 12. But what's 3/4? What's 3 out of 4 parts? It's 12 add 12 add 12, 3 sections. So it's 36. There's 36 boys. So how many girls are there? So the rest are girls. So we've got 12 girls. So 3/4 are boys and 1/4 are girls. Let's have a look at this one. There are 48 children in a year group. 2/3 of them are boys. How many boys are there? We've got the place value counters again. So see if you can answer it either by using place value counters or any other method that you feel confident with. Pause the video while you work it out. So So I need to find 2/3, 2 out of 3 parts. So I need to have 3 equal parts. If I share them out, I'm going to have 10 in there, 10 in there, and 10 in there. But I can't put that 10 in there because I need to have the same amount. So again, what have I got to do? I've got to swap the 10 for what? For 10 ones. Then I'm going to share them all out. So I've got 8 here and 10 here, 18 ones to share between 3. What is 18 divided by 3? How many 3's make 18? It's 6. So I've got 1 10 and 6 ones in each. So that means I've got 16 in here, 16 in here, and 16 in here. The question says 2/3 of the children are boys. 2 out of 3 of the sections. So how many boys are there? The answer is 16 add 16, which is 32. There's 32 boys. So how many girls are there? The number that's left, so there's 16 girls. This is now your last slide. So when we found 2/3 of 48, we got 32. We split the 48 into 3 equal parts and we wanted 2 of the parts. We did 48 divided by 3 to get 16, 16 in each section, and then we times 16 by 2 because we wanted 2 equal parts. So 16 multiplied by 2 is 32. Have a look at this one. You need to find 3/4 of something which gives you 21. 3/4 of a number equals 21. Look at what we did here. Think about the relationship between these numbers. Pause the video while you try and work it out. So the answer is 21. So what we can do is have a bar. We don't know what the overall number is, but we know that there's going to be 4 parts. And this is a tricky question. There's 4 parts and 3 out of 4 parts makes 21. So this plus this plus this equals 21. And there's got to be the same number in each group. So what is 21 divided by 3? How many 3's are in 21? It's 7, isn't it? So 7, 7 and 7. So 3/4 of a number make 21. What is the number? What is the overall number? This has got to be 7, hasn't it? So what is 7 times 4? It's 28. Well done if you got 28. See you tomorrow for some more maths.